And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before everyone gets started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel.
Dees.
You were getting fucked up by Uber Lilith earlier.
I was, yes, but
yeah.
So are you a little bit.
Not as bad. Not as bad. Oh no, they made her harder. She's not messing around.
Yeah, she's serious.
The one tap mechanics are pretty gnarly.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, those suck.
Yeah.
That was also my first time fighting Uber Lilith, so
my first time fighting her, not Hoda. So phases have more things happening in it.
Yes.
Also, I think they buffed her health by like 1 billion. She is way denser now.
Okay.
And the little pustules that come up, the blood blisters that appear on the map that will one-shot you if you don't kill them.
Yes.
I could normally like one tap. Just pop. They're dead, right?
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm attacking 2 or 3 times into him now, and that's not healthy when they're kind of spaced out. And she's also got little red swirly things moving around and then lines crossing. It was much harder this time. So
yeah. It was a good try.
I think we'll get her next time.
We learned some things, but I have laundry I gotta get to, so
yeah. Excuses.
Can't spend all day fighting Uber Lilith.
Can't spend all day fighting Ubers.
That's right.
Well, no, I think just the builds that we went in with weren't optimal. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
I like season 4 so much more than I liked season 3.
Me too.
It is so much more fun, and finally got Ubers now.
Yeah. Congrats.
Fuck all y'all. All you haters who said I'd never make it. Hey.
I think you were the only one saying that about yourself.
I was feeling like my game was bugged or something. Because it was like, they're like I looked this up the other day. Someone said that if you ran Uber Duriel 200 times and you didn't get an Uber, that would put you in the 1.7 percentile of people who didn't get one after 200 runs.
Right.
I'm like, I've run this guy like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Per season.
Yes.
Where the fuck? I'm like, I am in the upper echelon of go fuck yourself. So I'm happy now to have had something drop. Still not from Duriel though, by the way.
Yeah.
Still nothing for me from Duriel.
That's true.
I did get a ring in the Helltide, which was nice. But I just want to play this game all day long. I really do.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is
anyway.
Fun. Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think about Warrior? You're a barbarian you're playing now.
I really like Barbarian. I am interested in trying some different builds. I know that like the gear I have currently is not the best. So like I know I still need to kind of upgrade some stuff.
Yeah.
But I also I started making a Necro. And you had complained about how it's kind of a passive class because you kind of let your minions do everything for you. Yeah. And we ran a bunch of nightmares this morning, and I definitely felt like I'm not really doing anything here.
I don't even need to fucking be here.
Just kind of wrangling skeletons and pointing them in a vague direction.
If I could tell my golem to just go off whenever his cooldown's up, I could sit in Kaeviir while he just ran the dungeons for me. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do want to get that one up to 100 too.
Yeah. I mean, getting that one up to 100 it'll increase the damage pretty dramatically, especially on those phases where it's like you have to decide whether you want to get hit by a wave of something and keep doing damage, or evade. So the cool thing about Necro is that your damage is always going.
Yeah.
Even when you're evading.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a cool aspect of it. Though I do, when I play games, like to press buttons from time to time. So Necro's not. I don't know how to explain it. If you ever played something that's a little too easy, you know what I mean? It turns Diablo, where I'm used to like stacking buffs in a particular order in order to get a really big hit.
Yeah.
It turns that kind of muscle memory rhythm of inputting commands into what I can only describe as a cell phone game, where it's like tap all the oranges and you're like, ooh, like that's what Necro feels like to me.
Yeah.
Feels like Fruit Ninja. Yeah. But it is fun. Even when you're losing to a boss, it's fun.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing I really appreciate about the Lilith fight is that not only is it hard, but there's like a in video games now, oftentimes you go to fight a boss and they'll like charge you for the chance to fight the boss.
Yeah.
You have to give them some parts or some fucking summoning thing so you can fight the boss. And then the boss isn't really that hard. But the hard part is getting all the parts to go fight the boss.
Yeah.
In Uber Lilith, there's no parts. It's just go in there and she is difficult.
Yeah.
And you can try her as many times as you want. Keep fighting, keep getting your ass kicked, and come back and try again. And to get back to her from where you respawn when you die is like a short hallway.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Right? It's really nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
I don't want to bring up the game that you really like. I don't want to dump all over. I'm not dumping all over. I think that if they were to enact that sort of thing, it would be a better time for me. I would start playing their game. So if you're listening from software, if you're like, how do we get Dees to play our game? Like the whole world is like cheering that we're like a success and that we make the best games ever. But what if we wanted that one guy who's just not into it?
Yeah.
How do we get him to play? When I lose to a boss, don't make me go through all the shitty things I succeeded on to get back to the thing I failed at. Just put me back at where I failed at.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I want to. It's like if like you failed English, right? So they make you do math class again. What? Just put me back through English. Why am I taking all my other courses? It's bullshit.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I'm sure they'll take note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is literally minutes ago is when we finished. That's why the intro is coming up a little bit. It's because we were like, just one more and then we'll do intro.
Yeah.
And then it was like 5 more later and we're like, I'm going to try a new character. Hold on. So.
Yeah. Well,
but we'll keep you updated.
It didn't feel impossible,
No, we got her down. I know she has 2 phases. The second phase is just a pattern. The first phase is the tricky bit with all the things moving around.
Yeah.
So like, we got her real low, like 5 times. But it's the jump, and when she summons the triangle and the circle inside. The
triangle, I'm having a hard time with the triangle.
I noticed. You were having a hard time with the waves at first.
Yeah.
Every time I turned around, there was a blue spirit on the map, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" But I do realize now that your health is way lower than mine.
Yeah.
That's why, probably, because those are like for me. If I mess up one of those, I just have to shrug it off and potion.
Yeah. If I'm at full and I get hit, then I have a sliver of health left.
Yeah.
But if I get hit by a second one, done.
Which is crazy because when they hit you, they slow you down, so it makes it hard to evade the next one. Yeah. Anyway, we'll be ready for it. We'll get them next time, and we'll keep you updated. Every intro from now for like the next month. It's gonna be like, Rachel died again.
Let's talk about
Rachel died again.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
I'm counting on your Dark Souls-ness to get you through this.
I'm trying.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what's the episode about?
So this is Return to Ravenloft, Season 3, Episode 3, Ill-a-Looking for Trouble.
What is it? Looking for trouble?
Ill-a-Looking for Trouble.
That's clever. That's also gonna make me have to type something weird looking.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy the episode, guys.
Bye. We didn't have time. We had to
She
go to
hated
Strut's
him.
castle.
She was
So
sitting there-
afterwards, what'd you do?
I
She
got
healed Serena.
transported.
Back
I
and-
got transported to a different realm, and then I lost my memory.
Uh-huh.
She was sitting there going, you know what? I'm going to bring you back. And then she's like, but I
Fuck
have to go to the
that.
bathroom first. Hang on just 1 second. Then she's sitting there. She's like, man.
He did a terrible job cleaning this
I
place
don't-
up.
I cannot resurrect Serena
I'm
right
just gonna
now.
shit
I
on the
only
floor
have
to make it worse for
Revivify.
him.
She hasn't died within the last minute. Therefore,
Right.
Revivify will do nothing.
Nothing.
Look, I'm just telling you that it sure seems like some people are just destined to be undead forever, while other people get all of the help in the world. Just saying.
It's not.
One would say that's a prejudice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You mean like a dejudice?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dejudice would be a great name for this episode. Dejudices.
Anyway.
All right.
all right.
Dead like you. Forever.
Okay. So, I talked to Serena. I'm talking to her
Mhm.
right now.
That's cool. Just shrug off that moral compass. You're fine.
I talked to Serena. She is willing to fly down to look at Draga's ship, and then I can scry her to see
Oh,
what she is seeing.
excellent.
And then describe it to you in real time.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
That would be a little bit of reverse spine on their part. Actually, when you mention that, though, it does, because they scried me to let
Did-
me know that they had, didn't they?
They
How-
messaged you,
They messaged me. They didn't. Okay.
and then I scried
They-
them.
You scried it. Okay. All right. I was about to say, because I just now thought of, you added all this. I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, damn it. Were they able to see anything on our side? And did they give away any of
I mean,
our,
they could scry.
but we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Okay. Just you can cross all
Mhm.
that. Yeah. Now that would be an excellent idea. A little bit of reconnaissance before we set our attack into motion. Excellent. I like that idea. All right. And yeah, Hawks is ready to fly. To be determined
He's gonna
whether or
pull-
not we go with that. It's just ideas.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, all right. So magical cannons work. Course is still laid in and set, and we're good. And now we have a way to get the lay of the land, as it were, before we do anything.
Mhm.
Excellent. This is coming together nicely.
Is there anything else? We're gonna try to get there tomorrow night. Is that correct?
Well, at the rate that we're going right now, we're going to end up getting there in the middle of the day. I would definitely like to pull this out under the cover of darkness, because I think we can make the most use of the camouflage of the ship, so to speak.
Mhm.
So yeah, we probably are going to, have maybe 12 hours or so to kind of wait things out. That might be enough time for Serena to go down and really get an idea of what's going on. And yeah, and then we can decide exactly when we want to launch things.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's, I guess, just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Well, then, if we have time for me to get a long rest in,
before we get there, then I want to scry on some people.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't be possible.
Sorry, Serena.
I don't have the spell prepared.
Sorry, Serena. I gotta get a long rest so that I can spy on some people.
I want to spy on people before I get my long rest so I can get my spells back.
And by long rest, she means meditate.
An elven long rest.
An elven long rest, yes.
Elven and ELR.
Yeah.
Oh, just all these justifications.
Oh my god.
Before that,
Is
before the
Adrie,
scrying.
can we get a alignment check on Adrie?
Before she scries,
Mhm.
Gilius comes floating up. Captain Rayne,
Yeah.
Cobalt.
Yeah.
In Master Kaeviir's books, there was deeply buried in a few. Cobalt, lycanthropy via shark, is weak against cobalt.
You're kidding.
I am not.
Weak? How exactly, though? How does that work? Would I like to have to beat him to death with hawks? Or
No, cobalt.
Oh. Oh.
Man, that was gonna be really awkward.
Yes.
It's actually a Viking mythology, but yes. I believe.
So
that miscommunication
Midgard.
could have gone on for a long time, and it would have been excellent.
Yes.
But yes, cobalt.
Cobalt. Okay. Okay. Explain.
If you fashion a weapon out of cobalt, you should be able to pierce, and they would, or you actually as well, and particularly would be weak against it.
Ooh.
Like a werewolf to silver.
Interesting.
Now I don't know if we
where
can fashion a cobalt weapon in time,
okay.
but Master Kaeviir might actually have some in the lab, possibly. If any of us were allowed to go in there. But without the magic word, I'm supposed to turn anyone to stone that tries to get in there.
Well, yeah.
What's the magic word?
He smiles at you.
Is it please? Is please the magic word?
Why don't you say please and walk right on in?
All right.
But he didn't say I couldn't go in and look.
Can't fit in there, right? Also, I'll be honest with you, it would be unpleasant, I imagine, for him to be in there for too long.
Yeah, he does not like the spell you have in there.
Yep. I mean, he could use the beam, the anti-magic beam, but it wouldn't stop a field effect, right?
So what happens?
Also, it'd only be where he looked. He wouldn't be able to ever sit in his own cone.
Yeah.
So
just floats in and like 800 fingers just start poking him. Like
no, he would walk in and he would immediately have to face the reality anytime he spoke of like
he'd have to tell the truth.
Very awkward for him.
Gotcha.
I'm a monster.
All right.
Physically and emotionally.
So where could we get some of this material? Because I don't really recall coming across a whole lot of it in my travels.
Cobalt all over the place.
Yeah, but I mean, like in a form where it could be I mean, typically, okay, outside of game, it's typically in an ore, which means it has to be mined, it has to be refined.
It would have been used for a product at some point, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not something that I think Rayne would have come across in his travels. Yeah, he's going to come across things made of precious metals like silver and gold and platinum and things of that nature. That's more of a workaday kind of element, I would think.
Glass.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think where
any blue glass that you find anywhere. Probably any fucking you know what? I'm not there. So you guys figure this shit out. Like, man, this is where my value comes in.
Right.
But just pro tip, during eras like this, oftentimes any type of see-through material or anything that had a sheen that was part blue, steel, oftentimes they would have, like, maybe not the most pure steel. If it had a blue shine to it, is often cobalt.
Yeah.
But in particular, glass, that's like its prime use at this time period.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking more in terms of what Rayne would know, and I don't know that he would necessarily know.
Well, shops in Matura Bay would carry it.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Loads of churches with stained glass windows.
That too. You could also maybe sneak into town while you're waiting for nightfall.
Yeah, that I was sitting there thinking, oh, we could just go into town. Oh, but then that will be a little bit more complicated. But probably worth it.
Neither one of you are super popular right now in town.
Yeah, I would imagine that to be the case.
You could send hawks.
Oh no.
Walk down the street.
Who could you
Finger
send?
guns.
Do you
Finger
send
guns.
the ghost, the skeleton, public enemy number 1 or number 2, or do you send fucking the kobold who blows things up, or the beholder?
Yeah, or do you send what Johnny's coming down the aisle with in the box? Yeah, I don't think we have a lot of good options there.
The beholder holder kobold.
Yeah. So here's a question. We can see Serena now, right? Does that mean that she's always visible, or does she have the ability to make herself invisible?
She's a ghost. She could be invisible.
Okay, that was more of a game mechanic thing to make sure. Okay, because otherwise that was going to be a little weird. So theoretically, if we wanted to, she could go down into town and at least find a store for us where that could be purchased before, so that we're not, if we know exactly where to go, it would be a lot faster just to get in and get out, as opposed to like.
Who's a ghost? Does she have free range?
She has to be within like so far of her body.
So here's what you do: you hang her body from strings from the boat, right? Then you fly over and you just allow her to position herself underneath wherever the body is.
I don't think.
Just park on top of the stores you want to check in. She's like the early internet.
Well, I think maybe we burn that bridge when we get there.
Probably out of the way. But I do know of one place where you would immediately find it.
But you're not there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I bet if you were to play back through some of those memories about things, we actually mentioned it once in this game. Oh, I'm just gonna fuck your brains up. You're never gonna get it. All right.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, if they roll a high enough intelligence check to remember,
that
I'd allow you to give them a hint. Yeah.
That out of game we mentioned it.
Oh, we mentioned out of game. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, no. Well, we mentioned it in my side of the game, but they didn't hear it because they're not there.
Okay.
So there is no clue here.
Okay.
No, I think maybe that would be our best option at this point, is maybe to use Serena as a scout for that, if we can find a way to get around the distance from Cadaver problem.
Weekend at Bernie's, that bitch.
Hawks comes in, pokes his head in. Hawks can cast invisibility.
Oh, it's falling to shit over
Oh.
there. I haven't been there for one day. And you guys are gonna send the fucking pyro happy fucking kobold invisible to a
No.
bunch of fucking
We're gonna have
merchants?
him cast invisibility on someone else.
Someone else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Hawks wanted to go.
All right.
Oh, this is excellent.
I think we've got some. I think we have some options we can play around with when we get there, and we'll have about 12 hours to figure it out. So,
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Adri, you said you wanted to scry.
Yes.
I'll let you scry. We'll let you scry one, and then I'll switch back over to Dees, and then we'll come back and let you scry the other.
Okay. I would like to scry my mother.
Okay.
We use a spell slot. So I am familiar with her. I have a possession of her in the form of her sword. So she needs to make a wisdom saving throw -9 to her roll, DC 18.
Jesus. Is that a possible to pass roll?
So,
probably not.
all right. So you're trying to scry the Rasta.
Yes.
At -9.
Yeah, no. She rolled a 13. There's no chance. I don't even think if I rolled a 20, I'd be able to pass the DC.
It's a 29, right?
Like,
So she'd have to have a +9.
yeah. Let me check her. Nope, that's Kadik Shah. No, here she is.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a +9.
Nope,
Right?
nope, no, not even close. Well, actually, hold on. Let me check the math on this quick. There's
What?
as a paladin at the level she's at, her saves are actually pretty fucking high.
That's true. Paladin saves are pretty good.
She actually has a fucking 10. So, but a 10 plus 13,
She had to roll
23
-20.
minus 9. Yeah,
Minus
but
9.
yeah, no, she didn't make it. But
Okay.
yeah, no, she actually has a decent.
And that'd only be if she was actively rolling against knowing it was happening, right?
No, you
Let me
don't
go
know
through.
that it's happening.
No, yeah. So it's not like she
Oh, fair. That's fair. Okay.
yeah. So all right. All right. No, you pull off the scry. So the orb appears. You find three of them on horseback, kind of just riding down a trail. So they seem to be heading south, way the sun's positioned. You see them pretty much riding, seems like southeast out of New Virtue Springs. Um, almost kind of slightly towards mountains at this point. The forest is still somewhat there, but opening up to mountains in the distance.
Southeast?
Or south, I'm sorry, southwest. My bad.
Southwest. Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
southeast are going into the ocean?
What can I say? Beach Boys. I'm kidding.
What can I
So-
say? You can say blah, 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 blah.
right.
Underwater.
Okay. So they are
Stop
heading.
teams. Go for it.
They're
Yeah, they're
heading
heading yeah, southwest.
Okay.
You can hear a conversation between, let me pull up her Darkon name. Sariel. Between Sariel and Midnight. Soth seems extra quiet. Sariel's like, what's going on with him? Midnight just trots along. He's upset because I'm not teleporting us. I don't feel like wasting the spell slot. I enjoy keeping certain things for later. Soth is a more of a rush and do it now. Isn't that right, Lord Sauce? Is all he says in the writing. Midnight, are you gonna give up this midnight and take your true form? No, he replies. No. Dr. Midnight is who I am. I am no longer, Dr. Midnight is no longer Decurious Rex. And Dr. Midnight prefers Dr. Midnight. Stop calling me Decurious Rex, you're messing me up. You hear a slight chuckle from Soth as he's amused with himself. Serial just kind of shakes her head. Dr. Midnight wonders why you took Lord Soth's offer so eagerly. Easily turn upon the Kurgat. Every person out for themselves. Ain't nobody your friends. Ain't nobody worth sticking your neck out for. Only people out here is those you can use. And when they're done being useful, you kill them. Never drink the Kool-Aid with the rest of the Kurgat. Aslan had his ways, and he had half of them all hyped up like he was some god, but end of the day, in Darkon, he was the winning side until he wasn't. They just Midnight nods and they continue writing. So
Do the horses look tired? Like, have they been like flat out running them?
no, they seem to be actually at a slow trot.
Okay. They have camping gear with them?
They do have some they have a couple bedrolls. Mainly on Serial's horse you see bedrolls, on Soth's and Midnight's you don't.
And it's
So
just the three of them?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Technically she just needs to meditate, so if one of them would hold the horse, they could actually just keep riding, but they realize they know the horses are animals, they can't go as long as the other three can, so.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if they plan to like stop at like an inn or a residence somewhere by the end of the day, or if they're like actually camping out in the woods as they travel.
Midnight kind of perks his head up and as he looks over at Soth. Dr. Midnight wonders where your banshees are at. It seems that most of them were left behind in Sithicus. Though I'm wondering what the Dark Lords or the Dark Powers will instill now. They thought that was a good joke. Dead elves to haunt me for my dead wife.
The road that they're on, is it does it look like it sees regular traffic? Or are they even on a road? Are they just like going through the woods?
The road that's they're traveling on is definitely it's not a game trail, it's an actual road. It's definitely been under heavy traffic. So but
Does Midnight seem like he notices the scrying orb? Because I know he noticed it last time.
mm-hmm.
But he hasn't said anything.
No, he hasn't noticed it yet. They're actually heading straight west, not southwest. They're heading straight west. My apologies, correction there.
Okay.
And no, they are on a main road. Midnight does not notice the orb at this time. He seems to be more amused with Soth's discomfort right now. Soth looks over to Sariel. You were part of Aslan's lead guard, right? That's right. Protected him in the castle? I was part of the personal enforcement. Well, without him, so you really don't have to be there. She's like, no, it was odd. They got rumors that there was going to be a raid on the castle, and I heard the rumors, and Damokos shows up with an assignment that we had to leave. So I mean, we didn't have to protect Aslan anymore, and supposedly mission was on the way to stop you. Soth, he just kind of chuckles and laughs. His armor moves and kind of dings against each other as it laughs. He's over. You may have had a shot, but the others didn't. But I'm sure eventually I would have beaten your blade. She shrugs. We'll test it one day. But right now, you're the best bet of surviving Darkon, so one of you is.
I need this personality to not get my mother killed before I get her.
But Soth is like, I'm still pushing the doctor to take the realm. Looks up. Dr. Midnite prefers it's you. I've done it once. Don't want it again. Midnight, are you really gonna go back to where you came from? He shakes his head. You see the hood shake, the mask shake. Dr. Midnight is staying in the realms. The realms, there's more people to help. Midnight, you can help more people as the Dark Lord, including myself, get out of the realms. Plus, you can use the Strahd killers to make it happen. Sariel looks up. Strahd killers? You heard the story about the three that raided Strahd's castle and took him out when none of us else could? Yeah? They're here. Huh. They're here for you? No. One of them's been trying to avoid me, seems like for a while. I'm not sure where the other two are. Actually, I know where Chunakote is. Seems he disappeared in my prison in Sithicus.
Want to pop
But-
out of the bushes and be like, "Surprise, bitch!" Sorry.
All good. Depending on actually how much time it is, that is actually a distinct possibility considering they're heading west as you're heading east.
When east meets west, Kaeviir's the best. Don't play lutes. Don't be a dick. This is a haiku by these guys.
Audible play.
Dick in wind, flap, 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 across the grounded floor.
Mm.
I don't know how many syllables a haiku is. I swear to God, I've looked it up like 150 times and I just cannot remember.
575.
575. Okay. Well, I will be back in just a moment with a haiku.
Oh no. Does she seem like she's very interested in the of these like Strahd killers?
More so is it going to be an obstacle in taking over the realm.
Mhm.
She's just about, from what you can gather, she's about cementing her place in power.
Mhm.
If that means aligning to the next Dark Lord, that means aligning to the next Dark Lord. From what you can gather, she's pretty convinced it's going to be one of the two next door. She assumes one of them's going to make it.
Mhm.
So she's aligning herself until she sees a better spot to align herself.
Okay.
Orkest was a mercenary for money. She's just a straight mercenary.
Okay.
There ain't nothing about hunting monsters or anything. It's about whatever position she could put herself in to get hired.
Mhm.
So
Okay. Do I get anything else before the spell ends? Because it only lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah. How high is your perception?
Like my passive perception?
Mm, yeah.
Passive perception is a 20.
Hey, Dees, roll me a stealth.
Okay. I'm gonna take a 10, 27.
Okay. No, you don't see him and Ludo finally finding them and hiding them in the bushes before your scry spell ends.
Okay. Well, I plan on scrying them next anyway, so. Just gonna get the same scene from a different angle.
All right.
All right.
Like a Tarantino over here.
I'm actually tempted to let her. You are going to scry him next?
Yes.
All right, then roll your scry.
I don't roll
And
my
then I'm going to
scry.
shit. Oh, no, that's right.
He
We
rolls.
split the party
Are-
and
are-
I'll scry if I want to. Scry if I want.
Okay, well, go
So-
ahead. Are you going to scry him or Ludo?
I'm gonna scry Kaeviir because I have his pipe, so that gives me a better save modifier. So
Okay.
I
I
need
quit
a
using that pipe. It's not mine anymore.
wisdom saving throw, and you have to take
When's
a
the last time I
minus
smoked
9.
out of that pipe?
Wisdom saving throw -9.
-9. 19.
19.
Oh, -9. 10.
Fail.
Shut up.
All right. So
Oh, it's 11.
she's watching. She watches this unfold.
Okay.
Over to Kaeviir. You and Ludo come across, and you can actually hear a conversation up ahead on the road. Picking
Okay.
up the next morning.
Can I recognize the voices?
You do. You recognize Soth and Midnite for sure. You'll use the map to track them down and follow and pretty much match them to the road. That map was Tharasta. You're able to decipher Damokos was able to keep track of her that way. Knowing that Damokos worked for Aslan as well as keeping an eye on Adria's Keth as well as keeping an eye on Tharasta at times.
Can I roll a stealth check?
Go for it. Well, didn't you just do a 27?
Yeah, but this is a different. Oh, I did have
Okay.
a 20. Thank God for you telling me that.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I would have been a 27 anyway.
All right.
So yeah, I'll take the 27. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I guess I have to do the 27 because that's the one that would have been during the approach. Okay.
All right. Ludo's right behind you and just kind of, as they come into sight, he kind of just stops for a moment.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna put my finger against my lips.
He nods.
I'm going to.
Thieves can't. Remember, I dealt with Kess. I can deal with the Rasta.
I'm gonna thieves camp back to him. Shut the fuck up.
He rubs 2 middle fingers on his forehead.
I'm gonna be like, I don't speak asshole, and then I'm gonna walk back towards them, but like stealthily trying to approach.
Mm-hmm. From which side?
I mean, I'm trying to maintain the stealth, so whatever side feels like the best.
That works. You're able to stay hidden. None of the three pick you up.
Okay.
So you know they're just strolling along, riding.
How close can I get? Objectively, like, could I get like I'm walking with them?
It'd be for a short time because I mean they would notice you eventually once you
Well, I
broke
want
out of
them
the
to
open.
notice me. I want them to notice me eventually, but I want to like get up behind them and be like walking with them comfortably, like casually.
Okay, that's fun.
And then
Yeah, I mean you can probably get up within 5 feet before one of them actually picks you up.
I'm just gonna be quiet and act like I've been there the whole time. So like as soon as one of them says something, I'll be like,
Thura looks over. And who are you?
Hi, Master Kaeviir. Nice to meet you.
She looked up. Soth nodded. Strahd killer.
Oh, never heard that
Looks over.
before. I like that.
Well met.
Who might you be? Don't tell me. The Astral Liaison.
She looks at the other two. Mistaken.
No, I don't think I am.
Midnite looked over. Did you say Liaison?
I did.
Dr. Midnite finds humor. He looks over. Dr. Midnight sees humor in this, but Dr. Midnight might be afraid you understand what we're dealing with.
What brings you all out here?
So that's over. I wrote you a letter. It's back
Sorry.
in town, made of bodies, but I wrote your name.
Oh, great.
Professional. I
And
assumed you
bodies?
didn't want. I assumed you didn't want the name Kevin out there.
Well, I didn't want you to write professional in bodies. That's bad for branding.
I had to get the point across. You asked for a letter, I wrote one.
So I'm gonna light my pipe while we're continuing to walk. Ludo, I want him to stay hidden if possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop so that their movement, hopefully they'll match. They'll kind of slow down so we can talk.
Midnight slows the horse as you do. Suriel looks over at Soth and he nods and they slow.
I'm gonna look at the am I saying that right? Theorastra?
Yeah, they're Astra.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was it again?
I'm looking for the last name. The first name is Suriel. The last name is something I rolled out.
Killer. Serial killer.
Suriel Basharash.
Serial. It's nice to meet you.
Or Sariel, sorry.
Serial.
But yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
You as well. You as well.
How long you been here? In this region? I know most of the main the important figures, and you seem to me to be one of them. An important figure.
I've served Aslan as a private guard for a few decades.
How's that going?
He's dead. Or no. Well, he's gone.
I don't
I
think
assume he's dead. Dead, gone, either way, the realm's collapsing and an elf has to eat, right? Elf has to survive. So
Where to now?
Midnight, I believe you said we were heading to Aluk'ing. Yes.
I'm gonna do insightful manipulator on Therastra. Pardon, serial bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence wisdom, please.
Oh, okay. On Thrasta.
17 intelligence.
You're good. You're good. You're
Wisdom.
You're on the brighter side.
16 wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm smarter than both your dad and your mom. Just so I mean they're they made you. So since I'm better than both of them.
Smarter by the transitive property? Is that what you're saying?
as the professional property of mathematics says, I'm
And yet you keep failing my scry.
because I don't know you're doing it.
I think
So.
you'd still fail it even if you knew I was doing it.
Yeah, but even if I knew you were doing it, I'd probably let you watch because I know this would be bothering you watching me hang out with your dad and say all kinds of stuff about you.
But the thing is, you don't know I'm doing it, so you're not choosing to fail. You're just failing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's cool. It's like beating up a sleeping person and then
How you
bragging
doing,
about
Nate?
it.
I'm doing
You know,
great.
it's like if you
know,
beat
it's
up a
been
sleeping
busy.
person and then you talk
Yeah.
about how tough you are. That's what you're doing.
Congrats on earlier today.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
It's a
Look,
nice little surprise.
I'm
bonus,
just saying that
Nice.
this is something you don't get to
Time to share the
decide,
love.
and your
Thank
own
you, sir.
You're right.
skills
That was
on their
very
own
kind.
merit
Yeah.
are just not good enough to beat my spell.
You're saying that my agency has been removed from the equation, and yet somehow I'm to blame.
And you are lacking. If you just look at like
Wow.
the essence of you, it's lacking and it's
Wow.
incapable of beating my spell.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying that you had to
Damn.
find a way to spy on me,
And she says she
And
doesn't
yet-
beat him.
and yet she
swear.
could not.
I know.
From 100 miles, she can see things so clearly. Yet from 10 feet away, when I jumped off the edge of the boat, she had no idea what happened. I
You were
stole her
10 feet
unconscious
away.
father and leapt off the side of a boat, completely oblivious. Yet
Good
from the-
days.
I bet that bitch can't even see why kids like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Just scry that motherfucker. Why don't you hold on? I'm gonna hold my middle finger up to the air. Scry that. All right. So I'm just checking on her mom to make sure she's not like malevolent or anything before we have any interaction. This is just sort of kind of getting to know them. One of my compatriots is out here in the wood line. We weren't certain how your companion would react. Would it be all right if they came out?
The captain or the monster hunter?
Neither.
Who else are you traveling with, professional?
Well, would you like to know? We promised to
Soth and odds.
keep our arms holstered as they were.
Dr. Midnite, you didn't find the young boy, did you?
The young boy.
He's an adult now, but
Victor.
you found Victor.
Yeah, but that's not who I have with me. You know what? This will really be easier if we just agreed to it, and then I could bring them out and we wouldn't have to ask any more questions.
They both nod.
How about you?
Sir, if they're fine with it, I'm fine with it.
All right. Ludo. I'm gonna look at her, watch her face as I say it. Any reaction?
He comes walking. No, not in that sense. She does. The name does stir because she looks over. She looks at Soth. Strahd spy, Ludo. He's like, Strahd's dead. He's no longer tied to him. Master Profession, you travel with a vampire?
It's not a vampire.
She straightens oddly, and Ludo comes walking out, hands up and wide out.
He's just an
sees it.
idiot.
Yeah.
A normal, average, nothing special about him idiot.
You know what? You can fuck right off. He comes out, and he kind of just looks at her, and she's like, "Why are you looking at me weird like that?"
He can't help it. He's just a weird guy.
You remind me of somebody.
What's funny is that this reaction is the first time that they actually met too. And Thrasher's like, "Why are you staring at me?"
She's like, something weird about him. I'm like, follow through on that.
Dr. Midnite's like, Dr. Midnite just, I feel for you, Ludo. Dr. Midnite feels for you.
Ludo, you didn't happen to have a second book, did you?
If I had known, not even Eb would have stopped me. If I had known. And now I think I have somewhere to be, Kaeviir.
You're welcome. You owe me.
I do, and I have something I need to go get.
Hold on. I'm gonna walk over to him. I'm gonna shake his hand. It's good traveling with you.
You too.
And I'm gonna slide the map kind of in secret into his sleeve.
He looks down. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now say it.
Violins are better.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. Don't you forget it.
Midnight, may I offer a massive favor? The doctor is always in. Could I bother you for a teleport spell? He looks over Soth. Of course, Dr. Midnite says, of course. Midnight. Let's hurry up, Ludo.
Dr. Midnite is filmed before a live studio audience. Oh, Midnight. Beep, beep, beep.
He begins to set up a spell activating the ruins. Looks at him. I'm gonna open the gate. Dr. Midnight does not remember the castle of Avernus as well as he used to. But Dr. Midnight should get you close. The gate opens. Ludo gives a bow, looks up. I'm definitely seeing you again. And slips right through the portal. Sariel just nods. There's something unsettling about that elf.
That is the
I can't place my finger on it.
Or in it. He's a weird guy.
There's just something yeah.
No, I'm with you. He's off-putting.
Dr. Midnight closes the gate and just looks over. Soth is just looking at him. Midnight. I am not walking to Illamuk. Open a second gate. Midnight looks over at Kaeviir. Dr. Midnight wonders if you're up for a little fun.
I'm gonna look at Therastra. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in for some fun. Who's the oldest? The youngest pays.
They both look at Therasta. The fuck? Both of you been undead how long? He's younger than me.
Who?
She points at you.
Oh, not even close, Toots.
Dr. Midnight hates to tell you, but Dr. Midnight doesn't hate to tell you. Dr. Midnight knows the professional's older.
And you and you and you.
Dr. Midnight knows he's probably older than Soth. Dr. Midnight doesn't think he's older than me.
I carry it so well, though.
But Dr. Midnight knows he's definitely older than you. She's like, I swear.
I love this
Dr.
mystery.
Midnight's like having a kid. Hate kids.
Keep that fresh in your memory.
Like, every now and then you think you might like one. No. Dr. Midnight looks at Soth. Look, he looks back at the professional. He's like,
this is awkward.
Dr. Midnight has a plan. We're gonna go. Soth like to take out another one of our competition.
I can't be involved in that. I can't be taking out competition. Who's the competition? Convince me. Sell me on it.
It's the Lady Heiress, Madam Heiress.
That
Dr. Midnight knows she.
invisible murder lady.
Dr. Midnight says that's the one. Dr. Midnight knows she sent a team of assassins out to try to take out the other, or the Dr. Midnight says the pretender, as he puts kind of air quotes in. You actually remember running into the team. They were the invisible ones that struck at Foghot. One made it out. You guys slightly befriended them for a moment.
Yeah.
So, his master.
Okay. Well, I'll travel with you temporarily until my needs are met or my entertainment wanes. Oh, there's some typing going on.
Yep. Damn. Bourbon whiskey.
I've been there.
So. So
I wanna
Dr.
fuck
Midnight begin. Go for it.
I want to fuck up your shit. I'm going to be all over the place. There's going to be legends about me that I don't even remember being a part of.
So
He
he begins
killed a bunch of
opening.
people and put their names or their bodies in the shape of his name. I'm like, I don't even remember doing that one.
He begins to open another gate to teleport the four of you to outside Illamok or Illito or I get half the names right and the other half I don't. Sorry, Aluk.
All right.
As the gate opens, it kind of folds around the four of you and you guys disappear. And that's when Adrie loses the signal.
She was crying the whole time.
You're muted.
Because she's in shock.
I'm just looking something up.
Oh. So.
What are you looking up?
Just some of the text from the spell.
On Scry?
She's
Yeah.
technically. She's getting technical.
I'm wondering if she's trying to figure out if the Scry follows the gate.
The sensor moves with the target.
Okay.
Through the gate?
It says it moves with the target.
You can position it where you want, right? So if you moved it when you knew, because we did talk about the teleport, you would be able to follow it through the gate, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
They have to be, I think, on the same plane. Yeah, plane of existence as me.
Well, we are.
It's the same plane. They just transferred different to another part of the realm.
Yeah.
They're actually a lot closer to you now.
So the reception's better. You're getting full HD.
So, well, here's let me see if I can get this. Over here is Newfitcher.
Yep.
Illamuk's over here.
Mm-hmm.
The funny fucked up shit is your Botslavia Institute is right up here above Illamuk or Ilatuk.
Yep.
And they're heading over here to Martira Bay. So
it's Illaluk, right?
Yeah.
IL space ALUK.
Yeah.
Yep.
So but yes, Rachel, that was right. That is why Damikos had orders to get her out of the castle, because if Ludo showed up, they didn't know how it was going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
They knew he was coming, and just like them keeping you away from that sword as long as they could, they were trying to keep certain things away.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Ludo looking at the map and then seeing the map just blips to another location. He's like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Well, the other side is, if he looks at the map, you guys literally got booped a little bit north of him. Because he's going straight for the floating castle.
Yeah.
Again.
So that should expedite getting your mom back. You're welcome. Though she didn't see me hand the map over. She never saw me get the map, and she didn't see me hand it off because I was stealthy about it. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, You're going to get behind the scene, uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail. Hey, can I read you my haiku before we get into this? You can just edit this
Of course.
out. All right. 'Tis wangly dangly, large rod in sun and wind blown, cross Nate's old ass face.
Oh, bro, if you crop that just a little more, that wouldn't look like a hand in his mouth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I wasn't
Also-
going for
also,
going
that'd
for
be-
that.
That'd be very thin. Can we be for real? That'd be like a gas station Slim Jim. That's some weird shit. Like, I'm not trying to call anyone out here. But that's a thin boy. Okay.
That's right. You like him girthy.
Yeah, you like what you got, right? Hey, they call me tuna can. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that gross? Edit. All right, we can pick back up. Sorry. That was not in game.
All right. Oh, good times.
Oh, it's because it's short and it's wide. It looks more like a plateau than anything.